Hot Dog Daddy Derek Kraus. When we found out, Derek, you were going to come to the show, I was extremely excited. How big was that win on Saturday? Re-solidifying the fact that you had teammates and others chomping at the bit, gaining points on you and such, and now you just put another statement out there saying, "I can do this. I led every lap."
Yeah, Saturday was a huge win for me. After Sonoma and then Colorado, we had to push them 2 races beside, and
Hang on, Sonoma got dialed on the last lap. Where would you have finished?
probably about 8th or 9th or 10th.
Oh, it's still better where you ended up. Dang it.
Yeah, and we pushed them 2 races aside and came in Friday for the open test, and we had a really good open test, and then tweaked down a little bit for Saturday, and ended up being a really good race car.
I'd say sitting on the pole, leading all 150 laps at that short track. How does that prepare you now for the rest of the season? Where are you looking at as a strength? I know All-American Speedway is another track on the schedule. Where else do you think you can build that lead, knowing you have the confidence of winning at Roseburg and 2 other times this year already?
Yeah, I feel like all the short tracks will be really strong, and then Iowa and Gateway's two big races with the combination race with the East and West. So those races all be really big, and we just gotta stay consistent, stay clean, and have good finishes, and hopefully the championship too.
2 championships, right? If it goes to plan?
Yes, correct.
That's awesome. Todd Gilliland was your teammate. He tried going after both, and he lost out to Harrison Merton, I think, on the last race at Dover. But I want to bring up what's going on now. Derek Kraus is a star. Dean and I saw you at New Smyrna Speedway to start the year, indicating an E-Series opener. BF Goodrich. General Tires signed on actually as the sponsor of the series, same as the ARCA Menard series. You went out there not knowing what those tires would do, and you walked them. You
Started 16th.
did everything you needed to do to get in position after that second timeout, caution, whatever it was, to get in position to do that. How much is that coming naturally to you now? How much is that as your Bill McAnally team building things around you?
Yeah, they prepare me with a great car every single weekend that we go to the racetrack, so that helps a lot with them guys. They work their tails off in the shop from 7:30 in the morning whenever they get there until whenever they need to leave at night. They work really hard, and that helps me a lot with driving the race cars and having a good car at every racetrack that we go to. So, like you said in New Smyrna, to be honest, we struggled all day with that thing, and the day before the open test session, we struggled, and then we did get a mock run, and we had started 16th, and I was like, oh boy, we were scratching our heads going into that race, but it turned out to be really good, saved a little bit tired for the end of the race, and then we got to victory lane.
Logistically, running the East Series for points and running the West Series for points, you're literally going from coast to coast, kind of living in between there. Logistically, how does that work? How much of a challenge is that to get East and to get West and to get all the races on the schedule done?
And it's a big challenge. For example, like later in the year we have Bristol, which is on a Thursday night, and then Saturday, 2 days later, we go to Evergreen in Washington. So that'll be 2 big events to go to and travel to, and I'm really looking forward to them races.
The East Series car housed on the East Coast?
No, everything's on the West Coast.
Wow.
Yeah, the Bill McAnally East operation kind of went away, so it's really coming out of what you're doing, which is good because you have the same car you know, jumping in other stuff. How involved are you in the shop when it comes to time, if you have time, to be there before your race or around the races?
Yeah, I just got back from California. I was out there for 2.5 weeks before Colorado, and I stayed out there till Douglas County here. So I was out there for a little bit, but I try to go out there as much as I can throughout the summer, and sometimes it's just those 2 weeks or the Thursday or Friday before a race. So I get there and spend as much time as I can with the guys.
And I know that part of your travel schedule includes mom and dad and your sister's sporting events, so you guys were busy.
Yeah,
It's not just about what you got going on.
Yeah, my sister, she's pretty good in all her sports that she does, so that's really good. And we're traveling all over the country and then all over the state for Lauren for basketball, softball, or whatever it is. So it's really fun. It's all part of it.
Well, I know that I've talked to your dad, I've talked to your mom, there's sacrifices to be made. It's got to be fun knowing that your parents and people around you here in Wisconsin are so supportive, including your sister, of what you get to do.
Yeah, for sure. There's people here in Wisconsin that come and travel to races out in California, so that helps. That support me a lot. And then my grandma and grandpa, if we're racing here in Wisconsin, or they're at the racetrack, and then if they can make it to a race out in California, they're always coming for that.
And I saw that. I witnessed that. We were in California for the Kern County race, the super late model race, and you had after the race, you had friends and family that were coming out. I mean, that's quite a commitment.
Yeah, for sure. I just can't thank them guys enough. They travel and support me wherever I am, and if it wasn't for them guys, we wouldn't be able to do this.
And you've got a lot more to do with what's going on the appearance side now. Toyota has you at places, Napa has you at places, NASCAR Next has you at places. How do you balance that with your schedule? Are they pretty easy to work with, or are they demanding at times with what your schedule should be, or maybe not what you want it to be?
No, they're actually really easy with it. They work with me a lot. I get to go to the TRD simulator to test on tracks that I haven't been to, so that helps me a lot before I go to the racetrack. And then before the weekends, Bill will take us out to a Napa show, and that helps support sponsors a lot.
So how much do you enjoy sitting there signing autographs for people and answering kind of the same questions a lot? You're asking the same questions we're asking you now, but I'm just asking, is it okay? Is it fun? Is it kind of a grind at times?
Yeah, it's fun. I feel like every fan's got a different question, or if it is the same, they ask it in a different way. One that I'm not getting as much now is how old are you? So that's pretty good.
17. Going to be 18 this year.
Talk about school. So you're going to be a senior. Obviously, we got summer vacation now. So if you can go to California.
Yeah, you got to be a student too. I forgot about that in the schedule.
You could go to California for 2 weeks. It's cool. But during the season, when you have school, how do you balance school and trying to be a race car driver and make appearances?
Yeah, school's actually really good with me. My principal at Stratford High School, they work with me, and all my teachers work with me a lot. That whenever I need to leave, they let me leave and give me my homework before or right when I get back. So, and actually this year, Iowa, the combination event, one of my teachers and the principal might be coming to the race, so that would be really cool too.
But how is your wrestling coach with you leaving?
Sometimes I think it's hard for him to say goodbye, but he knows how much I enjoy racing, and I also enjoy wrestling too.
Start with Derek Kraus, who's doing everything he possibly can to enjoy life, and it sounds like he's doing a great job of that. Your focus now in Wisconsin is hanging out with friends and family, but also this Slinger Nationals that you've been really good at. Lightning quick in a Midwest Truck Series truck. The first time I saw you was there, and I couldn't believe how quickly you were going then. Now you and I are sharing the appearing of this entry list, 56 strong, for the Super Seal Nationals next Tuesday at Slinger Super Speedway. You're in that entry list. Your super late model has been kind of there. You were trying to race against your dad at one point this year till Mother Nature got in the way. What have you done with the super late? How prepared are you for this coming week's Slinger Nationals?
Yeah, there's been guys in the shop since I was gone working really hard on the Slinger car. So personally, I've struggled there a little bit, but I feel like I have learned and grown a lot in a race car. So hopefully this year at Slinger we can make the show on time and have a really good run in the race.
And when it comes to that, what are your plans between now and Tuesday when you qualify at 3:30 in the afternoon? You gonna go there and test?
Yeah, we're going there Sunday and then Monday to test, and then practice, of course, on Tuesday.
All right. Looking forward to talking to Matt Kenseth, maybe. I know that Matt said he's racing against a bunch of guys he's never seen or raced against, and I know you've kind of been there. Have you had a chance to talk to Matt now that you've gotten more involved and more awareness as a NASCAR driver?
I really haven't got to talk to Matt any, but I've been able to talk to like Chase and the sprint car driver for Napa, Brad Sweet. So them two are really cool to talk to, and they share a lot of information too.
And how about your connections to the drivers that you raced with in the West Series, specifically Todd Gilliland? Has he been able to give you some pointers when it comes to Iowa Speedway or Gateway or that kind of thing? Do you guys still have that relationship through Bill McAnally?
Yeah, he can help me if I need help or anything. He'll help me. He'll help me, and he enjoys to help me too. So you have relationships like that at the racetrack helps a lot with if you have questions on the racetrack that you've never been to, or just relationships like that can go a long way.
And I mentioned with Matt Kenseth that this Chandler Smith kid who's racing Kyle Busch's stuff, he's a Toyota Development Racing driver, TD2, whatever they call it. Your involvement with Toyota and Bill McAnally Racing certainly has many levels to it and many layers. Have you had a chance to talk much with that kid who's racing in ARCA part-time and doing some super late stuff out of Talking Rock, Georgia?
Yeah, for sure. Me and Chandler, we've been talking for a long time. We met on iRacing, me, Ty, and Chandler. We would race every single night on iRacing, so we got a good relationship, and it's always fun to see him at the racetrack.
I'm glad you brought up Ty, because that's Ty Majeski. And for those who don't know, Ty Majeski and Derek Kraus have a strong relationship. Back to when you were racing karts, Ty wanted to be a mentor. When you guys wanted to go racing, your dad said, hey, I believe the story goes where Ty Majeski went to your dad and said, your dad said, I don't want him to race with me. Try this guy named Toby. But then if you could help my son along the way, which is pretty much been pretty good for you and Ty to get to know each other and bounce things off of Ty, knowing how good he is everywhere he goes and how good you're getting everywhere you go.
Yeah, for sure. Ty has helped me, like you said, from go-karts. He came and prepped my tires on a go-kart, and he helps me at any racetrack that I need. I can contact him for anything, and if it wasn't for him, I feel like I wouldn't progressively grown in the race car as much as I have without Ty.
All right, so your schedule includes what this coming weekend? Practice Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna sit in the stands and watch Sunday night, or you're gonna race something else, like a late model or a figure eight car or something.
No, I think I might sit in the stands and watch.
All right,
Try to
good
learn
idea.
something.
Good idea. Good idea. Ryan Gudnick's really good to watch. The Oak Creek Automotive late model driver. He'll be one to watch on Sunday. Bug him for a bunch of information. See what the track does. And then Tuesday, it's all business, right?
Yeah. Yep.
A lot of fans and family coming. Grandma and Grandpa making it.
Yeah, I'm sure my grandma, my aunt, and everyone will be out there that can make it, and it's always fun to have them guys at the racetrack.
And your thoughts, looking at this entry list, where do you think you'll stack up with these guys when it comes to Tuesday qualifying and then that 2 out of that grind in the Nationals?
Hopefully we can qualify in the top 12. There's a lot of good cars on this entry list. I feel like Slinger Nationals is definitely one of the toughest races to make with the 12 cars that make it through qualifying, and then the last chance races that could be more of a nutrition race than a race. So Slinger Nationals is definitely one of the toughest races to make.
And you've had a few cracks at it, and I'm looking forward to seeing you do well this Tuesday.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
All right, Sam, for Derek Kraus joining us on the phone, in person. I say on the phone because I like talking to Derek every chance I get, and it's really cool to have you here, hanging out with us. The parade's about to start. Are you in like a float or anything, Mr. NASCAR?
No.
NASCAR Next, waving.
They got the little Shriner cars.
Do they?
though. Yeah.
I always wanted to
They're
ride one of
hopping in
those.
them right now.
Are they? All right. Well, maybe Derek will be back later after the show to sign autographs. I think he's going to try to get a ride in something. That's what these drivers do. Hey, we're taking a commercial break. Dean Strom, thank you. We'll see you tomorrow heading to Daytona for the big public address announcing all weekend long with my buddy Dean here on the Racing Roundup program. We're sitting here hanging out with you. Come on down and join us. We're talking to a guy who's on the box at Lima Land. Jeffrey Carver on the phone with us next with Rob Shaw from Indian Motorcycle Metro Milwaukee. We also have Stave Zocchi on the way, talking about vintage Indy cars, and the Miller Meets 25th annual running, July 12 and 13 at the Milwaukee Mile, as well as B.G. Wood back behind the wheel of an Autometer, Wisconsin wingless sprint car after a couple of years off. That's still to come on this edition of the Racing Roundup Show. We're live at Paulie's Pub and Eatery. Come on down and join the racing crowd. You're listening to us in Milwaukee, the Big 920. I'm Madison's home for NASCAR, the Big 1070. We'll be right back.
Automatic Transmission Design is located in Germantown, Wisconsin. They've been hard at work the last 15 years in perfecting the best performance racing transmissions and converters. The folks at ATD have made it possible to offer the best quality and most affordably priced winning components for off-road, drag racing, truck pulling, and circle track applications. ATD may not be the biggest or most famous company in the marketplace, but they have the will and put in that extra effort to provide you with the best products available. ATD certified technicians go through a comprehensive quality checklist on every transmission and converter they build. Then it's tested on their in-house dyno. Only then is the product ready for shipment to the customer. ATD takes these steps to provide you with the best quality products every time. They are 100% guaranteed. Their no returns policy makes sure it's right the first time. The next time you need a performance transmission or converter, give Charlie a call at 262-251-7777 or visit autotransdesign.com.
Paulie's Pub and Eatery at 81st Street and Greenfield Avenue serves up Milwaukee's best pizza, outstanding wings, and a great pub menu. Paulie's Kitchen is open late every night with great nightly specials. Paulie's has a shuttle bus to all Brewers games. Party on the patio this summer with Paulie. Paulie's has 18 flat-screen TVs to catch all of your favorite sports. Stay up to speed and download Paulie's mobile app and receive a free 22-ounce tap beer. Paulie'sPubandEatery.com. Have you partied with Paulie?
Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment is a fully equipped parts, sales, and service dealer of quality mowers, snow throws,